doing? Happy Saturday! Do you like my hat? It says Lucky Duck, and that's because I feel like a very lucky duck. I love these hats. I don't know even what they are, but I have one that says like goat, lone wolf. I don't know. I like things with messages on them. Adam hates it. I love it. Today is the day we have all been waiting for, and yes, my babies, I'm feeling very much more myself. I can talk, I can breathe, I can almost have words. Just not quite, but we're almost there. As you've seen from the title of the video, this is the update that we have all been waiting for, because the last video you guys saw, the next day was my retrieval. I was absolutely terrified. I was scared beyond belief, and I'm here to say that things went well. So let's get into exactly what happened. And of course, let you know the whole embryo situation. So hold on. Believe it or not, that night I slept well, and I think it was because I didn't need to get up at the butt crack of dawn, and we had to leave around 10 o'clock, which was very, very easy. So we ended up getting up. We headed to Toronto. I was so nervous. I was like, is there going to be traffic? Because from here to Toronto, you always go through this place called Kitchener, and it is always backed up. We coasted through, but we did get caught up a couple times, and I ended up like a couple minutes late. But it was fine, and everything was chill, and they said go through the door with the big circle on it, because I didn't know where to go. So I went in there, and it was pretty funny, because I didn't know Adam and I were going to be separated like immediately, and they were like, okay, Adam, here's your cup, and Selena, we're going to take you to the back. And I was like, whoa. And they're like, yeah, this is the last time you're going to see each other until you're done the retrieval. And I was like, I'm not actually ready for this. So Adam, I went to the door. I gave him a big hug. He's like, I'm so proud of you. You're going to do such a good job. Like, da, da, da. So I ended up sitting in this little room by myself. I was so anxious. It was hilarious. This nurse comes in. I'm like talking to her, and she's like, I'm going to get you an Ativan, and then we're going to talk. So I had an Ativan, which very much I had never experienced before, but it took me from being like woo to not feeling woo, but just being like woo. She kind of explained the entire procedure to me, which again, I kept telling her, I was like, I am so scared of being awake for this experience that it is like, I almost backed out. Like I feel a little crippled with my anxiety in this respect. And she was like, you know, we're pretty good about that here. Like, it's conscious sedation. I'm like, don't use the word conscious. Don't do it. Don't, please. So I ended up sitting there for a while. It was a couple hours before the doctor came in, but I think it was good. I was just on my phone. I was scrolling. I knew that I had around 17 follicles, which is good. Adam was downstairs in the literal parking garage under the building, okay? And he was just getting Uber Eats. So I think he was stressed out because he ordered from like 4 different restaurants. We're some binge eating queens. But he tried lots of things, and I just remember him texting me, and he just went, he said, I got you Shake Shack burger for when you're done. And here I am thinking, this is like 4 hours from now. But I was also like, thank you so much, because I will be eating that burger. So the one thing that I was also totally terrified of, because I had a bunch of different follicles, was this thing called OHSS. And the only way that I can describe this to you is that after they take out your eggs, then instead of your ovaries shrinking down, they just fill with liquid, and then your abdomen fills with liquid, and then your organs get pushed, and then it's drowning the right word? I don't think that's right, but I guess it's super painful. It can be super dangerous, and I just didn't want that. So they had told me high protein stuff and really salty stuff. So in my car, I had ready a whole bag of Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar chips, which I'm not gonna lie, I have lived on lately. So did I get OHSS? You're about to find out. The moment came, Dr. L came in, we took some pictures, and I was like, hey, it's happening. He's like, yeah, it's gonna happen right now. I'm like, whoa, it's gonna happen? And I had an IV in my arm, and he went to go scrub up, and I went into the retrieval room. So one thing that's fun, and I got a lot of questions, and people were like, why did you get put out? In Canada, they do twilight or conscious sedation, where in America, they just knock you out. They put you under anesthesia, and you are passed away during your retrieval. But no, not me. Not me, guys. So I went in that room, and it was hilarious. They're like, okay, get on the bed. They had these giant stirrups, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people in this room for my clam to just be clapping. Round of applause for everybody in the room. Thank you for all you've done. You get up, you scoot down, your legs are up. Like, I'm talking, like, they were up. I was comfortable, though. And I'm, like, patting down. She's like, no, you're good. You're all covered up for now. And I was like, ha, ha, ha. So I remember the doctor coming in, and I remember just saying out loud, because I guess she started the med, she's like, the room might spin. It didn't, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I just went, I feel so effing hammered. Whoa! I remember doing that. Um, I have vague memories of speaking violently loud about cars. And I don't even know if this is real, but I feel like I asked the doctor what he drove, and then I was like, whoa, what color is it? But I don't know. But I pretty much went in for this retrieval. They said it was going to take like 15, half an hour. I think it took more, around like 45 minutes or maybe an hour. I'm not sure. Gone. I don't really remember waking up. I remember just going, ah, after they said my name. And then I remember kind of sitting in a chair, but I don't remember getting to the chair. I don't remember anybody walking me to the chair. Like, I just literally didn't remember any of that. And I just remember being like, I'm alive, but I'm dead. I'm alive, but I'm dead. And if you've seen on TikTok and on Instagram, I kind of posted what the waking up was like from this.
What are you doing?
I was drinking beer and Gatorade today.
Yeah. You want a liter cola?
I was like, oh, it's Gatorade or Gatorade.
Yeah, a liter cola.
I know, I see it. I better not go in. Oh, it's you. I thought I had to go.
No, don't go to the light.
I was like delusional. I was having really weird thoughts. I was saying weird things about different people. Like, it was weird. They brought Adam in pretty quick, and I remember the doctor coming in, and I wanted to like pull myself together so well to have like a good conversation. And I'm just like, yeah. And he's like, well, I do know you like cars. Cause I was like, did I say anything? He's like, I knew you like cars. And I was just like, oh, wow. And then he was talking about something else, and I could hear him talking to Adam, and I'd be like, yes, yes. I would just pass out. And the other thing too is like, I'm like, oh, I was talking to Adam after, I'm like, so they helped us get down to the car, and he's like, oh no. He's like, you walked down to the car, like you walked out of there, you got in the elevator, you got into the truck, like you got in the car by yourself. And I was like, excuse me? All I remember is being up there. I don't remember putting clothes on. Somehow I found my Lip Smackers Cotton Candy Roller Lip Gloss, because thankfully that made it home. I remember laying in the truck, all the way back, a blanket pulled up to here, and I remember just being asleep but being awake, and Adam being like, incoming, and I would just go, and he would put a salt and vinegar chip in my mouth. And I guess on the way home, I ate almost an entire bag of salt and vinegar Miss Vicky's chips, because I didn't want to get this OHSS. But I'm skipping forward here because you're kind of curious how many eggs were retrieved, right? If you didn't see it everywhere else, the eggs that were retrieved were 25. We retrieved 25 embryos. So out of the 25 embryos, they needed to be mature enough to fertilize, because, you know, Adam went and did his part successfully, easily, and without any pain, of course. But yes, Adam went and did his job. They went in some room. They're like, 19 of these are mature. So incredible numbers. 19, right? Usually between every call. So they call you on the first day, let you know what fertilized. They call you on the third day, let you know who's still growing. And then they call you on the fifth or sixth day to let you know who turned into an embryo. And then another day if other ones were on waiting. And between calls, you lose 30 to 50% of the babies, I call them babies, between each call, which is sad. But to me, I'm just like, you know what? This is a part of what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be upset by it at all. Which is a weird choice to make, but you know what I mean. So they got 25 eggs. Okay, so now I'll let you know because we got our first egg call in a minute. So I remember getting home. I don't remember coming inside, but I remember being so nauseous. I remember having a shower. I think Adam helped me shower. I don't know. I was in pain. On that last day before retrieval, you feel like there are pumpkins inside your body. And these pumpkins are like, whoa, let me out, let me do things. And you look pregnant, which I got a belly. So it was just bigger, which was not fun. But I remember Adam helped me shower. And then I remember Adam was in the shower. And then I was like, I'm gonna throw up. And he was like, are you sure? And I yarfed. A whole bag of Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar chips. Yeah, that's what happened. It was gross. And then I got into bed, and Adam said, you probably don't, but do you want that Shake Shack burger? And I was like, immediately, yes. So then I ate half a Shake Shack burger and I fell asleep. And I woke up and I felt very alive. Everything hurt, but not in an intolerable way. Like, I didn't take any pain medication. Like, if the cramps were bad, I took Tylenol, which was like a whatever. Um, and then we were waiting for our day one call. So we get the call and they say, out of your 19 mature follicles, eggs, 18 of them fertilized. And they're like, in the 19 one, we're still waiting on. We're still waiting. It might do something. I'm like, so first, these are great numbers. So then it's just kind of a panic and trying like not to focus on things violently to wait for that next call. So over these next couple days, I'm worried about OHSS. I'm feeling crazy. I have to take this drug called letrozole, which is also known as Femara, which I remember from trying way back in the day. So here I am taking this drug, wondering why I am the sickest I have ever been. Because people said, you know, I thought that all the shots were going to be the worst part. I would gladly take all those shots again, not to deal with what I dealt with after the retrieval, which was this letrozole. And I don't want to scare you because a lot of people do totally fine with it. But I was nauseous. I was like, to the point that I'm like rocking on the couch, but you can't throw up. But you're just like, oh, I'm going to be so sick. And everything hurt. And I'm going to be honest, I was definitely supposed to take them to the end, but I didn't take my last one. But I am a week and a day past retrieval. Everything is back to size. I am feeling fantastic. I don't have any pain. I don't have the OHSS. I definitely would know by now. There's definitely not extra fluid. After the retrieval a couple days, I got back down to, I call it my pre-retrieval weight. Because the weight I had gained there, I honestly had put on about 9 pounds of just, I think, good old eating and ovary swelling. I don't know if that's normal, but that all just like came off, which was fantastic because I didn't like that. But yeah, so there was the Femara that I had to take, and then I also had to take another like estrogen pill to bring down my estrogen and put it welcome home into the hole. So I did that one till the end. And then interesting was exactly 5 days after my retrieval, I got my period. And I just like that because it just reset my body. So I am feeling so much better. Okay? So now let's go into our day 3 call. Day 3? Yes, day 3, all 18 embryos were still growing. We hadn't lost any of them. So they were like, since they're growing, like, we're gonna call you on the 6th day, which was yesterday. Nope, yes, no, yes, the 6th day. I have no memory. It doesn't work in my brain. So they call me, and this is where apparently you lose the most, which is you lose your 30 to 50%. We ended up going from 18. So these are now embryos. This is what made it to embryos. So we went from 18 to 11. So we had 11 embryos, but 4 were still growing, okay? So I had this feeling that 15 was going to be the number, so that was 15. My lucky number is 13. And I was like, oh, how fun would that be? So they're like, there's 4 more that are still cooking. They might turn into something. I'm like, all right. Like, we're going to call you tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. So Adam and I decided to have a date because yesterday was the first day that I felt like I could exist on human planes, where I wasn't like panicking and I didn't feel sick, because I'm not going to lie, I'm still dealing with some hormones. It's been an adventure. But they called yesterday, and 2 more of those little eggies turned into embryos. So we ended up with 13 embryos. And then they all had to go out to genetic testing. And genetic testings, I think it was around $4,000 or something. But that's for 8 eggs. And then each additional egg was $350. I just want to test them all. I want to, because like I have some health issues. Adam has some health issues. If we're going all the way through all of this anyways, I want to see who is like survival of the fittest. Like, they're going to grade them. That's what they do with genetic testing. They're going to grade them. They say which ones are normal and abnormal, and they're going to go from like best to last. And I want to start from the best and just like work our way through our eggs. It's so weird to talk about this. It's been kind of an emotional battle because during all of this, I was like, oh, like, it's so sad that I can't carry it. But the one thing that I learned talking to the doctor is because of my uterus, and this question still keeps coming up, so I want to be really clear about my uterus. I have a eucorneate uterus, and pretty much the doctor explained that as I have half a uterus. And the reason why none of my pregnancies have lasted is it's just not a hospitable environment for them to grow past a certain stage. Not only that, the doctor let us know that this was the best decision for us, because I know that's something that a lot of people also, they're like, was this the best decision? And, you know, it feels like this is our last shot. This is the last thing that I'm going to try to do. I have such amazing people around me, and being able to meet the woman who is our surrogate is amazing. And having her a part, it felt like it was meant to be, because she's also been in this situation a few times before. And the doctor had let us know that the way that my uterus is, a lot of women give birth so early, and that causes so many hard things. And I just don't want to push for my body to do this and then give someone a life that isn't good. And then the other side of the argument is, why don't you guys adopt? I have looked into it, and I have spoken to people who have adopted around here, and I would love to adopt one day, but the difficulty of adopting around here seems kind of insane. And that was heartbreaking as well. But maybe having a child will make that easier. I think it would just be, I don't know. And I know I don't have to give anybody an explanation, but I want to experience this, I guess, now. Because I was like, but first I want to experience having a baby, which I will never have. And then it's like, but then let's try this. We have this amazing opportunity, let's try this. And that's what we're doing. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm waiting for this genetic testing call where they're going to let us know how many of these embryos are normal that we can use, which is so crazy that science can do that now. And then, we're going to move on to transfer. And there is, like, depending on how things line up, we might get the best Christmas present ever, which would be crazy. But if not, that's fine too. But I'm just glad you guys have been along for the ride, and this has been a journey. It's been an experience. It's been amazing. I'm just glad I didn't go get the OHSS. And, I also want to say thank you to everybody in the comments of the last video, like people who are asking questions, and people who are answering them, and also people who have dealt with a lot of the same things that I have, and people with eucorneate uteruses. Like, it's something you're born with. Like, it's a genetic abnormality. And I also found out that a lot of people who do have eucorneate uteruses, they have one kidney, which I have two, which is great. I had a kidney stone once. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I just keep thinking back to being under anesthesia. Well, not the twilight sedation. And guys, I'm such an awkward human being. And I think I'm just more fearful of the shit that I say more than actually being underneath the anesthesia and not feeling things at this point. I want to know what I said to that doctor so bad. And I want to apologize if I said anything not good. Because back in the day, they tell me the things to say. I had my wisdom teeth out, and I said some things, and I was a little nasty. So, I don't think that happened. But if it did, and by some weird chance in the world, they see this video, apologies. Apologies to you. Okay, guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me and coming for this update. I know it's something that we've all been waiting for. It's been a great experience. I hope I never have to do it again. Let's just hope that, can you imagine all 13 of these eggs are like, I don't know what these are made of. Oh, that's the one last thing I want to talk to you guys about. The reason why I think I didn't lose too many eggs. I take so many vitamins, and I have been taking them for a couple months now. It's how I've gotten, like, really strong, shiny hair, and why my skin is so clear, and why I function really well, I think, as a human, and kind of how I cured a lot of my anxiety. And I'm going to tell you what I take right now, just for fun. So I take my blood pressure med. Not for you guys. Hopefully I'll be off that eventually. I take the MTFR-5 1 milligram because I did gene testing on myself and I found out that it's called the motherfucker gene was shut off. So I take that. It's a kind of folic acid. I take a magnesium every single day. I take krill oil every single day. And then I take these other ones. I don't know what they're called right now, but it's like beef liver in pills and crushed bones in pills because I don't drink a lot of milk because I have lactose intolerance, but I call it something else like lactose F off intolerance because I just suffer because I eat all the dairy that I can in the world. I take that, and then I also take, wow, Adam, wish you were here. I really wish you were here right now. What's the one that makes I take one that makes your tummy hurt, but keeps you from getting sick, but it doesn't make my tummy hurt. Anyways, we're here. I can't wait to give you guys another update. Can you imagine the next update is just like, there's triplets and they're coming right now. That'd be crazy. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys in America, and happy cold to everybody in Canada. Bye, Boo Crew. Mwah! Wait! I'm doing a Black Friday sale on all my merch. You can see it below. Go get it. I love you. Please, because I really want to make new stuff and I ordered way too much of this, so